Okay, the AEA 30 cal is definitely the first gun I'm packing. So I'm going to go ahead and start on a second video. Laura's doing office work. Little Duck is on the back porch, front porch, sort of go back and forth up here because the road, you basically come up to the back of people's houses up here. Like the road is almost like an alley. Houses are all built facing the water. Because they want that image from the water, I guess. That's just the way it is. But I'm going to go out onto the back porch because Little Duck's out there. Little Duck, you're being a pest today. Let me grab a dang jacket. I went and got my jacket, put it on, came back in here. My ADD kicked in, and I started getting the case ready. This is a new case with the pluck and pull, and I'm going to fit it to basically the guns that I am going to keep as far as my air guns. And I've been an avid collector for a long time, always obsessed. Every time you lift your head, there's a new air gun, something new that used to cost all kinds of money for that particular feature, whether it's factory made, you know, external hammer spring adjustment or power adjustment with, you know, the larger valves, so on and so forth, and regulated. I mean, it's just crazy. And so there's a lot of really cool guns, old Falcons and Beemans and Day States and Air Arms. I've got an Air Arms 510 carbine thumbhole stock that, I mean, the wood alone will make you drool. But I don't really hunt those guns, you know. I just don't. They've become safe queens, and there's still a little bit of collector interest in them. So I'm going to list them on my eBay store and sell them. I'm also going to place them on Airgun Nation Classifieds. I've bought a lot of stuff off there. I've yet to list on there, but I've had great success. Okay, let me go get Little Duck. Yes, I know, Little Duck. I'm a terrible, terrible human being. I made you wait. Come on, I think you have food, but I think it might have froze because it got wet. Yeah, so you might need a whole new dish. Dang, Little Duck, I was just trying to get the GoPro ready. You look like you were gonna attack me. Is it cold? Are you a little extra hungry today? I have made my decision on the second gun I'm going to pack. I have two 22 caliber AEAs. It was a tough decision. I love this one because of the short compact size. Regardless of which one I chose, I decided I was going to keep a Discovery 4x16 on it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab both the moderators. They're going to get packed regardless. Now you can see the grips lined up. We are going to have a little bit of extra length from the scope, regardless of which one it goes on. But we're only looking at about 1.5 inches difference as far as folded length. So I'm going to go with this one. This is the new AEA HP SS TD with the DonnyFL moderator. And you can see it is stamped AEA. That is because Ben from the pellet shop and Donnie worked together on developing this particular moderator for the new TD DonnyFL AEA. The added, oh my goodness, what is it? I think it's about 150 extra onboard cc of air is just something I want. I've got a ton of magazines. Being 22 should be able to get a lot of shots, especially with that extra 150 cc going with the DonnyFL TD AEA. So I'm only giving up 1.5 inches of folded length. No brainer. I know which one I'm going with. Okay, I have got the 30 cal and the 22 cal AEA in a case. And see, I've got it locked down, and that's because I'm trying to make an impression that I can use as a guide to remove the plug and pull foam. Okay, I opened it up. You can see how I have the 22 and the 30. Now I'm about to hit the shower because I am dirty. I can smell myself. Bird, quiet. And I'm gonna close this up, and when I get out of the shower, we're gonna go ahead and start fitting it. I'm actually hauling ass next door because I was supposed to let the neighbor's dogs out while they're at a wedding, and I forgot. I was supposed to do it between 4 and 5, and it's like 5:10 right now, so I didn't goof too bad. Sadie, come on. Come on, Sadie, let's go outside. Come on. Come on, Sadie. How are you dogs doing? Be careful on these steps. Yeah. Little duck can see me up here. She started doing the alarm quack. Lake looks pretty. Oh, I know. Hey, I'm not coming down there. No, you guys can just have fun on your own. Yeah, I'm going down the front steps. How are you, little duck? That creeped you out seeing me up there, didn't it? You are a weird duck. Yes, you are. I'm glad you're happy, though. Are you ready to go to CT's?
Sure.
Wiggles is ready. I don't even know if anybody's going to be there. Well, you had to wait for the windshield to fall out.
We should probably wait a little longer.
Oh, I can see. We live dumb and dangerous.
You're the professional.
You think there's going to be someone there?
I don't know.
Neither do I. We're going to find out. Wiggles, heel. Hey, what up, Ricky?
Come on!
How you doing, man?
Oh, yeah! Yeah!
He cannot contain his excitement, you know, and that's not the only thing.
He wanted to go in there. He was showing self-control. He stopped at the door.
No, enjoy it, man. You know what I mean?
Wiggles, what are you doing? Stay. You're not thinking about getting out of that chair, are you? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You look like you're being sneaky. You're staying, Wiggles.
One, two, three. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, you better get better than that, boy. You really pulling?
Yeah, sit down.
Really?
Sit down.
Good. That's good.
Sit down and roll with it.
That's nice.
That's right.
Yeah, fuck.
Nice.
We
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm way stronger than you.
1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Is he stronger than me? I'm ready.
Yeah, you tell me.
I don't know. Oh, God, he's got me.
Oh my goodness.
Get up. Let me get him. Let me get him.
Ooh, that thing smells good. It smells sweet.
It's my pussy. Let's go.
Oh, you say that. Well, I'll rip your fucking arm off. I kind of fucked up, like, really.
Yeah.
On that. I'm feeling like
Composure was lost for a minute there.
He said his fingertips up.
Here, look.
2, 3. Nice. Alright, let me get. Hey,
You ready?
one didn't count, motherfucker.
Look at
1, 2, 3. Is he a lefty? He's southpaw. Left. Alright, get the fuck up, you big bitch. Give me something. Alright, me and you. Hey.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Fingertips up.
That's my bad.
Oh, it's rigid.
my sugar.
Oh yeah. Hi, Wiggles. Yeah, you're a good boy. Wiggles, you ready to go home? Well, you don't have a choice. You're going home. We have to go let the other dogs out. Okay, I hit the shower, and then Laura and I burned up the last, I guess, season of Ozark. And then we got a little stir crazy, and we ran up to CT's. Laura had a couple beers. I drank my Diet Coke. There was some arm wrestling going on. It was cold, so they let Wiggles inside. And he loves that. He sits on a bar stool. He's a pretty good dog. Came home, let the neighbors' dogs out, and got ready to go to bed. Haven't messed with the air gun again. I might not. Laura decided she was hungry. I decided I was hungry. So I am going to cook some Maid-Rite sandwiches. Now, if you all aren't familiar with them, it is kind of like a cross between a hamburger and a sloppy Joe. And I guess Maid-Rite was a small chain, independent chain that served these Maid-Rite sandwiches. And I think they were predominantly in Iowa. My parents grew up in Iowa, high school sweethearts, all that stuff. And so every time we would pass through Iowa on family vacations and whatnot, it was like a mission to go find a Maid-Rite. And I've started making them. I dig them. Laura digs them. I'm gonna go inside and make it up, and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, the first thing you do is brown some ground beef. And just sort of break it up with your spoon or whatever as you're browning it. Now, before it's completely cooked and ground, I'm gonna go ahead and drain most of the grease. Okay, now we're gonna add a little bit of water. Not a whole lot, but enough to top it off a little. Now we do a couple of nice big squirts of mustard. We're gonna add some sugar and salt and pepper. A little bit of the Grill Master hamburger seasoning. I don't know, it just always goes good with ground beef, venison, boar, whatever. And now we're gonna go ahead and add sugar, believe it or not. Recipe calls for sugar, and it definitely makes it. I usually put 2 big teaspoons in. Now we're gonna stir all this up, and we're gonna let it cook and simmer down as I cut up some onions. Now, I cut my onions up pretty fine, chopped like a lot of your regular burger places do. And I don't add them all. I add about half of them. So I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna chop them a little bit finer, and I'm gonna add them and let those cook down. Now, I'm gonna add these, like I said, so they cook down, and let them really soften up and work out some of that onion bite. Okay, we got the onions in, or not all of them, but a good portion of them. We're gonna go ahead and cover it, and we're gonna turn it down some. And we're just gonna let those onions cook off for a little bit, get nice and soft. You can see how these onions have almost caramelized. They've gotten real soft. So now we're gonna go ahead and add the remaining onions. That way we have all kinds of different textures going on. And once they're in, we're gonna cover it and let it cook down a little bit longer. Okay. Show us how you steam the buns. Oh, you bun steamer, you.
Yeah, it only takes a couple of seconds.
Yeah, I like steamy buns. Laura already steamed her buns. Laura is going to make her Maid-Rite. Oh my goodness, look at that. This is like Top Chef stuff here, babe. Okay, I get a little OCD on mine. I steam it, I add some meat, I put a slice of American cheese, and then I add some more meat, and then I pop it. That's how I eat mine. What do you think of your Maid-Rite?
I think it's really good. I like mine with mustard.
I know, I do too. That's what I'm gonna put on it. Laura's going back for seconds. The Maid-Rite was obviously a good win for her. You bun steamer. Well, that's it, y'all. Didn't get the second air gun video out. Pretty close. I'll finish that up tomorrow. Did show y'all how to make a Maid-Rite. I'm gonna go ahead and grub down on mine. Hope y'all had an awesome Saturday. Laura and I had a fairly productive Saturday, pretty lazy Saturday. Being stuck at home with this ice storm wasn't bad at all. We did drift up to the Little Ochre watering hole, which had a lot more people than I was expecting. And yeah, we're gonna grub down. Laura's found some movie she's gonna watch, and we'll get a video out to you tomorrow. Hope y'all have a great Sunday tomorrow.